Hi guys, Saki with Welcome to Conquer Red Alert video. In this video I'm doing a troll game on the map Super Bridgehead. I'm starting in the top left position, playing as the Allies. So when I was hosting this game, I wasn't actually planning on playing a troll game. I was on my account Join for FFA, which a lot of people know is just my Join for free-for-all account when I want to do some free-for-all matches. And one of the players recognised me and asked me to go easy, so I decided, okay, what can I do? And I decided to do a troll game, because obviously when you play with troll tactics, it's a lot easier than playing with like my normal tactics where I build lots of tanks and that. And just on the spot I thought, well okay, I'll just do a tactics where I'm not allowed to use any tanks. I'll be able to use other units, but what I won't allow is base crawling into other players' bases using base defences. I'll be able to crawl to like take control of areas and stuff like that, but what I won't be doing is I won't be putting like loads of pillboxes around another player's base. And I just thought for fun, I'll just go straight to the middle, because what I usually do is I just hold back when I'm doing these like troll tactics, because one of the things you need to do is you need to buy yourself a lot of time, but so I've sort of gone for a very different approach this time. I've just gone straight to the middle, and that's going to put me like, I guess, in a position where I could get attacked quite early on, and you can see me building that service depot really quickly, because I'm going to need those MCVs out ASAP, because I'm going to need some base defences, because remember, I'm not able to build tanks, so base defences are going to be my best form of defence. Now I don't really know these other players that much, I don't know much about them, so they could go for different tactics, and we can see some Cyan infantry coming in there, and no, well, I wouldn't expect to see any tanks at this point, so we seem to be okay for now. There hasn't been any big infantry rushes, which I think is what I was most concerned about at the start. But that seems to be not the case right at the moment. And we just got these ore trucks at the moment, collecting a bit of ore. And now we're getting our second ore refinery out. And our first MCV is out. Now the reason in these games that MCVs are so important is because they increase the building speed of structures. And if I'm not building any tanks, then what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to build structures really quickly. That's things like pillboxes and turrets. I'm going to be able to still build ranges, so that's one thing I'll be able to build. But ranges aren't the best for defence. But hopefully they'll provide some support, and now I'm getting another MCV out there, so that'll increase my building speed. And I think when you get like 3 MCVs, it does really make a, well, 2 MCVs makes a huge difference. And I've just said getting 3, but I've now got 4 because I've got that crate, and that's a really useful crate to get, an extra MCV, although it's not actually giving me any benefit at the moment, because I'm going to need to get a better economy, because you can see I'm really running out of ore. I'm also trying to spread my economy over these different ore patches. And now I was thinking that was a ore truck that I just built, but it was mining anyway. It was one of the ones I had from earlier, and there's my ore truck that I've just built, and I'm going to send it to the ore patch right at the top. And the thing is, it's to like manage where your ore trucks are mining, because you don't want them all going for the same ore patch, else that's going to run out. The best thing to do is to spread them over different ones, and you can see this, like having this middle position is quite good for that, because I can use all patches at all different sides. And now I'm going to be getting my radar dome. I'm going to build some more MCVs, and I'm going to also build a tech centre so I can actually see what's going on all over the map, because tech centres will give me satellite light. So we've got that there, we've got plenty of power at the moment, and now I'm going to be starting to build some precautionary pillboxes, just in case I get attacked sometime soon, because it's getting to that point in the game. And we can see yellow sort of doing a little bit of a base crawl towards my base, so we'll have to see what yellow's deciding to use. We can see that he's playing Soviets, so that could be quite dangerous, because as Soviets he might decide to build Tesla coils and things like that, which will cause me a real headache. And I'm going to start crawling up to that backwards position again, and try and build another ore refinery there. And now I'm going to be building MCVs once again, just to get a few more, increase that building speed, and also get some more ore refineries out, so I can improve my economy even further. And you can see I've got some rangers there, but unfortunately rangers don't provide great support. And I think I saw maybe a Tesla coil strike there. So we'll have to be a little bit careful. And with these extra Tesla coils, I'm going to be able to get faster building speed. We can see those cyan tanks coming in at the moment, and they are going for my ore trucks. So yeah, just selecting some more ranges there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some turrets in this middle position. Just a bit of a nuisance there, trying to grab the ore trucks, but I was getting the ranges instead. And now we're building those turrets. You can see those cyan tanks just pulling back a little bit, and we'll have to see, are they going to attack from the other side? It does look like it may be that way. So we've got our turrets out, and you can see those light tanks now are a bit stationary, and we're just going to build a few more turrets. And you can see how like fragile those ranges are. I always talk about how fragile light tanks are, but compared to rangers, they are pretty strong. And just getting some more turrets out. I am going to lose that ore refinery, unfortunately, so that ore truck will have to go to another part. And you can see I'm getting pushed from the right now, and you can see that yellow is looking dangerous from the other side of my base, so this isn't going well for me at all. I'm just trying to get some turrets down and just defend this little patch I have, and you can see the cyan tanks are now starting to pull back, and I do have full map visibility. And the guy who asked me to go easy has already been wiped out from the game, and now you can see this is bad for me because yellow has got a forward Tesla, so I'm just going to try and get some turrets and try and take out that Tesla, which I managed to do. We build yet another Tesla, and the problem is that turrets against Tesla don't go very well. And now you can see San also pushing me from the right side, and I'm sort of like the piggy in the middle at the moment, both attacking me from both sides, and it doesn't look like this is going to end well. You can see those some of those light tanks being taken out, but those heavy tanks are a lot more sturdy, and it's going to take a lot of turrets to be able to defend against that lot. And you can see now Cyan pulling back a little bit. We can see that yellow's quite spread out. Cyan's got quite a compact base, so we'll have to see how this plays out. I'm just getting some more turrets down, but it's not looking good for me right at the moment. The only thing I do have in my favour is that I have quite a few MCVs, which I'm sort of going to try and take over to the next section and hopefully build them at the back, and hopefully they'll be a little bit further out of the way, because this section at the moment is not doing me any favours at all. It's pretty difficult when you're sort of like in the middle of two plays. You can see for Cyan to attack yellow, they have to go through me, and same for yellow if he wants to attack Cyan. And you can see they're going for my turrets right now, and those turrets going down quite quickly. I am getting these MCVs laid down though. At the other side, so I will have still a fast building speed even if I do lose that initial base, because you can now see that Cyan, yellow, is starting to push into that base, and it doesn't look like it's going to last much longer. We'll have to also see what Cyan decides to do now. Are they going to go for this base at the back? I don't know how much visibility they will have. Cyan could potentially have satellite if they've built a tech centre. What I'm also going to build is I'm going to build a naval yard, because I'm going to want to build some cruisers. And now you can see my tech centre has fallen. And that is really annoying, because I just built some barracks, and I could have built some Tanyas if I'd built that barracks up before that tech centre was destroyed. But now we can see that yellow and Cyan are in my base. We'll have to see. I don't know if Cyan's attacking yellow or whether they're helping yellow destroy my buildings. I think actually Cyan's fighting with yellow now, so that's actually pretty good. As long as they don't decide to destroy the rest of my base, we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. They are going to destroy that war factory, unfortunately, so now I can only build boats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my cruisers around the water and try and hit those yellow buildings that are sort of like close to the shoreline. At least I'll be able to do some damage. You can see quite essentially I've kept one of my refineries alive, so I will be able to mine resources from that part of the map still. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to build some ore silos, and that's just so when I next build a ore refinery, I'm going to be able to build it in a better position, closer to the ore patch, so I can mine more efficiently. But now we'll have to have a look at what's going on here, because we can see yellow going to the right, and I think that's going to mean they're going to go towards Cyan's base, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm also bringing some cruisers around to do a little bit of an attack on yellow, because they are in the best position at the moment, so it's always useful to attack the best team. I've got 2 cruisers. I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't want to overinvest. I need to get my economy back on track first, so I can start investing in useful stuff as well. Not that cruisers aren't useful, but there's only so many I'm going to want. I want to be able to build other things like tech centres, and so I can get satellite and also Tanyas. Because Tanyas can provide like quite a nuisance, especially if you catch someone off guard. So now we're going to build a tech centre yet again, and hopefully this one's going to survive a bit longer. So we'll put it at the back there. I need to make sure I'm on power though, so that I can actually research satellite, and that I'm going to have a decent building speed. So you can see me there building a transport ship, and we're going to try and get a sneaky Tanya attack on that yellow base. But it looks like Cyan and Yellow are going to be having a little bit of a battle at the moment. So we've got a couple of Tanyas out, so we're going to put them in that transport ship, and hopefully we'll be able to sneak up on Yellow. The only thing is, though, is Yellow may have Tesla at the back of the base. We're going to find out soon, I guess. And now I'm going to be building one of those service depots once again, because what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to build some MCVs, and I'm going to take them out to a different part of the map. I'm just having a look at that crate in the water, and I was thinking, should I go for it? But sometimes crates are bombs. I don't know if they're ever like that in the water. I don't want to lose that transport ship full of Tanyas, so I'm going to wait a little bit. And now I'm building some base defences around my second base. Just a few turrets, and now we've got those cruisers in, and you can see some yellow infantry there. So we've got our cruisers in. They're going to be doing some damage and firing on some buildings. I'm also going to bring my transport ships in there. And now you can see I've got that MCV, which I'm going to start and put in a transport ship so I can take it to a different part of the map. And now we see those yellow tanks coming in. I don't know whether they're going for my base or whether they're going for Cyan, but it does look like they're going for my base. He's decided to go on the attack. He's seen those ships, those cruisers, and he's had enough of it, so he wants to take me out. I don't know if he knows about my second base, but I'm going to try and defend this the best I can. And I'm just realising there, the turrets, they do provide, they do take up a lot of power, even though they do provide a little bit of defence. And we'll just build as many of these turrets as we can. But you can see he's going for an attack on my second base. He does know about it, and it's puts me in real trouble. The big question is, can I survive against this assault? You can see those heavy tanks coming in, but quite a few of them are on low HP now, and I'm just managing to whittle down his forces bit by bit, and hopefully we're going to be able to continue this. He's now going for my construction yards, which is obviously a bit of a pain, but I'm just going to try and take them down. Hopefully he's not going to get my tech centre, because once again that's going to be really, really annoying. And we can see that Cyan is out of the game, unfortunately, so that's going to mean it's just me versus Yellow at the moment, but we are getting some building kills here. I'm just destroying some of his war factories, his power plants, his oil refineries. Some of that stuff is going down, and we're just going to push forward as far as we can, and we're getting some really good kills here. We're destroying some important buildings, and it's going to take him a little bit of a while to recover from this, but losing those two Tanyas eventually. But we destroyed a few construction yards, so that's going to put him back quite a bit. We managed to kill those tanks that were attacking my base. I've kept satellite, which is quite essential, and now I've got my transport ship around the map. I'm just trying to find it now because I do need to, I think I put a transport ship around the map somewhere. Can't see it at the moment, but I'll just have to place that oil refinery there for now. And I'm going to build another transport ship because I've got another MCV ready to send. So we'll have to wait and see. It's now a 1v1 match, me against Yellow. And I think Yellow's probably going to be building quite close to the middle now, but he does have access to a lot of resources. And now I'm going to be picking up another MCV. I'm also going to be building some Tanyas for another assault if I possibly can. And oh yeah, you can see my transport ship is there. So we're going to deliver it to this part of the map. And what I'm trying to do really is just spread my base to different ore patches, and if I can get spread out a bit more, it's going to make me harder to attack because I'm going to have bases in different places, and it's always harder to, like, if he focuses an attack on one place, I could just develop in another place as long as my economy is growing strongly, which it is right at the moment, because I haven't been able to build that much so far, because I've kept on being attacked. And now you can see it looks like those tanks are getting ready to attack my other base once again. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to develop over this side of the map, and just get some economy going here. So even if I do lose that main base that I've got, I will be able to sort of have something left to other parts of the map. And now I'm just rebuilding these turrets and just building my defences up once again. And you can see those tanks are coming in and they're trying to destroy you. They're in big numbers at the moment, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to defend against this. We'll have to see what he's going for. He's going for those construction yards. I sort of really repaired that, but there you go. So let's see what buildings he's going to go for. He's going to go for the ore refineries now. So he's taking out the major buildings. He's going for my economy and he's going for my construction yards, so I can't build as quickly. But as long as he goes for those buildings, what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to use these turrets to take out those tanks. And you can see, even though he had large tank numbers at the start, those tanks have been whittled down and now they're all gone. And I've got a well-defended base in the top right at the moment. And I can also focus now on defending my other bases as well, where I'm getting an economy built up. You can see, unfortunately though, my building speed is a lot slower now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another war factory in another part of the map, so I can start getting my construction yard number back up to a good number, so I can build my base defences a lot more quickly. And you can see that I've got like loads and loads of ore at the moment, so it's not that I don't have the funds to build these defences, it's just I need the actual building speed. I'm also going to need to build my economy in the right side of the map as well, because if I lose the top middle, those funds will soon disappear. And now we try to take these Tanyas into Yellow's base, but you can see Yellow has got a lot of Tesla coils, and it looks like Tanyas aren't going to be any further use in this match. It's just too well defended. But I am a bit more spread out now. You can see I've sort of like got 4 bases now in different parts of the map. I'm also getting some more construction yards, so I'm going to get a bit better production building speed. And I know some of the ore refineries aren't in the best positions, but what I'm trying to do now is I'm just trying to spread things out, get plenty of ore refineries, get plenty of construction yards, and then at least if he destroys some of them, then I'm still going to have spare ones in their place. I'm also going to need to make sure I have enough power plants just to keep my power okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just base crawl a little bit to the left, and that's just so I can build some base defences there and just spread out a little bit, because we can see that Yellow army now going into the top left position where I started, and it looks like I might be in trouble here. I'm just going to try and build some turrets and slow him down, because I do think I will lose this patch probably, because there's just too many heavy tanks there. You can see his army's coming in, and it looks like I just haven't got enough base defences. I'm going to just try and destroy as many of those heavy tanks as I can and just slow him down as much as possible. But you can see this, it looks inevitable. He is going to get through this defence, although we have managed to get some decent tank kills here. And you can see a lot of those tanks going down. He's trying to push through a bottleneck at the moment, and that bottleneck makes it a bit easier to defend. But he has got great numbers, and I don't think I'm going to be able to hold this for long. He is going to get through eventually, but we'll just slow him down and make it harder for him, and hopefully take a bit of HP off those tanks. But yeah, you can see I just can't build turrets fast enough at the moment, and you can see he's going for that ore refinery. But as he goes for that ore refinery, you can see he's losing even more tanks, which is good for me. It means I'm going to be able to defend the other parts of the map a little bit more easily.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, not going too badly for us at the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build another ore refinery here, as it's going to force him to try and come in again. And this time I've got a few more turrets, so it's going to be a quite painful and quite expensive job. You can see some of those tanks trying to get in, but not being very successful, and he's losing a few there. So we've got quite a good few kills there, and you can see my MCVs are starting to build up quite a bit. You can see I've got quite a number there, and once I get those deployed, my turret building speed is going to be very, very fast. And yeah, he's having a bit of trouble now, and I'm going to be able to get these defences boosted up, because I'm going to want to defend this patch. Because I've got so many MCVs here. If he gets through here, he could do a lot of damage to my base in general. So we're going to try and get these turrets up. You can see I can build them a lot faster now. Unfortunately, he's going for some of those MCVs, so my building speed yet again is going to be slowed down a little bit more. I have got some of those MCVs that are deployed, and I'm going to take them to another part of the map a bit further down. And you can see those tanks coming in right at the moment. We are just building turrets here and just trying to get as many tank kills once again. And yeah, it's just like each time he brings a wave of tanks in, he's just losing more and more tanks, and I'm just getting more and more turrets across the map, which is kind of useful for myself. He is going for major buildings, so it seems I have a decent number of construction yards, and then I just like lose a lot of them. But you can see I have just got. It was useful that I built all those MCVs a bit earlier, because I'm able to deploy them here. I'm able to rebuild some of these power plants, and I'm going to be able to get that building speed back up again. So I'm going to be able to defend yet again. And you can see those turrets doing a great job at that part of the base. I'm also going to try and defend this entry point. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and link up the bases with turrets, just so I like have a better defense, and that it takes him quite a while to get through to my base if I've got like a little bit of a wall of turrets. And now we can see him going back yet again. So I'm just building those defences, and I think he's struggling to find ideas at the moment in order to how to break through this defence. And we'll see how he does here. I'm just building more and more turrets, and he's going to have a hard time getting through there. It just looks like I've got like a real good wall going there, and you can see us all getting some kills while he's not paying attention too much. Going to need to build some more power plants because these turrets use up loads of power. And once I get like expanded to this point, what I can do is I can start building some like economy in the middle here. And you can see, just see how much like ore there is here. And he is going for my ore truck there. But as he destroys my ore truck, I'm going to be able to build more turrets and build a better defence. And you can see now I'm starting to link it up. I've got like a little bit of a wall here. He's bringing more tanks in, and those tanks look like they're going to be starting to get destroyed. And yeah, you can just see, yeah, he's managed to destroy some of my forward turrets, but as soon as he tries to push in, I've just got too many turrets there, and there's going to be no way he's going to get into that section of the map unless he goes like round the sides or something. But now we're getting in the middle, and you can see those tank numbers are starting to fall, and I think he's struggling for ideas now of how to get through this defence. What he probably could do is I guess he could go for MiGs. Even though I always say don't use MiGs, but I guess he could do that, because if he uses MiGs, then then I just start building like obviously AA sites, but or rocket men, but it might have been worth a shot, but or doing his own base crawl actually, that would have been quite good. Take a transport ship round the back and do an MCV drop and start building Tesla. And now you can see he's selling up because he's ran out of ideas, and it looks like I'm going to win this troll game. And yeah, I'm just selling a couple of the turrets there, because if I wanted to build my economy, I'd just put a couple of ore refineries there. But we can see it is all over. And what you're going to see in the chat is that Cyan says he thought it was a noob tactic when I was building turrets, and he was wrong. So some guy thinks this was a good tactic now. So if you do see any turret spammers, then they might be from this game. But yeah, I thought it was quite funny that he thought he was wrong about it being a noob tactic. But there you go. So that's another troll game. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.